The Descent is a movie released in 2005 starring Shauna McDonald, Natalie Mendoza, Alex Reed and Saskia Mulder, directed and written by Neil Marshall. Now this movie centres around Sarah, who is essentially meeting up with a group of her friends in America to go cave diving, and this all takes place a year after a tragic accident that has caused her husband and daughter to both be killed in a car crash. Now, out of the group of friends, there are two in particular that are of interest to us, the audience, and that is Juno, who is the leader of this group, and Beth, who seems to be the best friend of Sarah. Beth is very much the protector of Sarah, looking to look after her to make sure that she's okay going back into the world of cave diving, associating herself with that group of friends after the tragic loss that happened a year before. And Juno's very much a case of trying to push Sarah out of her comfort zone, push her back into something that they all used to enjoy doing. And Juno is very much the adventurous one of the group as well. Now it's highlighted with Juno deciding to go off grid into a cave that's not a tourist attraction, it's just one that's been undiscovered, looking to go into a cave system so that they can discover it as a group and name it as well. And unfortunately, that is their downfall because things then suddenly go wrong and they end up trapped into a cave system that no one really knows where to go. Now that is terrifying enough, but when you add in a group of monsters that are blind and essentially dwell within the cave system that they're stuck in and enjoys eating humans, it gets a little bit more squeaky bum time. And what we have is ultimately this group is trying to fight for survival in order to trying to get free, not only out of the cave, but also away from the monsters too. On top of that, you've got an interesting dynamic where you find out that Juno has had an affair with Sarah's husband. And that is actually quite interesting because this film is really, really focused around Sarah, about her character growth. And it's almost like the best way of describing it would be a butterfly emerging from a cocoon, where she is quite a vulnerable person at the very beginning of this movie, but somehow finds herself in that cave, finds her independence, finds her power, and decides to take control back. And no more is it shown than her deciding just to wound Juno and leave her to die and get feasted upon by the monsters that they're fleeing from. But this movie is I would say is underrated. I really do enjoy this movie, and each and every time I watch it, I'm almost surprised at how good it is, because there are two villains in this. There is the cave itself is the main villain. The monsters that dwell within it are just secondary to it. They're just another threat that's added to the reason why they need to escape it. But the cave is just so unforgiving in its terrain and its environment that it really is the main villain of this movie. And I mean, some of the parts in this, particularly when they're crawling through tight spaces, that for me is horrible, and I hate watching anything like that because I feel it. I feel every pinch, every sort of loss of breath, and feel as though I'm holding my breath each and every time I'm watching something like that, and I hate that experience, but in a good way. And the cinematography behind this sort of just shows, or it perfectly illustrates the claustrophobic nature of the cave system. It's all very much close-up angles. It is sort of operating in clearly tight spaces. It gives you the feel as though there really isn't much room to move around in, and that does sort of add terror element in this movie. Now, my favourite part about this movie is, spoilers, is the false ending, which is after Sarah essentially stabs Juno in the leg and leaves her to die, she ends up in a cabin on her own, and there's a bit of light. She manages to escape. She gets into the car. She flees. She survives. She's out. And yeah, she's a better person for it. Also, you think, because immediately that's cut as she wakes up back in that cavern. It was all either a fever dream or a dream from her being unconscious. Whatever it wasn't real. And the movie then just leaves you. It leaves it leaves it ambiguous as to what's happened to her, leaves it completely open ended to the point where you then have to fill in the blanks yourself and try and work out what you think did happen. And I really enjoy that. I really like that ending of she didn't escape, but what did she do? And to me, the fact she didn't escape is so much more terrifying than anything else that could be shown to us on screen. But this movie is a demonstration of how you create a really good film with a strong female cast. There is no male antagonist, there's no male protagonist, nothing. It is all strong, or it is all a all female cast, and a strong one as well. All of them bring something different to the table, all different, or all the characters are their own personalities, and they clearly work as a unit together. It's almost like watching just an army regiment sort of work together and have their own individual strengths to, that they bring to the fold. And one by one, they lose they lose, one person at a time, to the point where they're just weaker as a group altogether, except for Sarah, who becomes stronger as an individual. And all of that together is just, I just enjoy talking about it. But because of all of those reasons, I'm going to give this a 4-star review, because I think it is one of the most underrated horror movies out there. So that was my review of The Descent. What did you guys think about it? Have you seen it? Whatever you guys thought, please pop it in the comment section below. As always, thank you very much for watching this video. I will be uploading another one very soon, but until then, you guys take it easy, and I'll catch you on the next one.